Avengers Infinity War, to me, is more than just a comic book movie. It signals a change to blockbuster culture that leaves out a lot of the audience.
Let's go.
So we are going to talk about spoilers, and this is an unpopular opinion, and I'm okay with that.
Wow.
The latest Avengers movie is the fastest movie to reach $1 billion worldwide in history. It's meant to appeal to the broadest possible audience. A studio wants to rope in every viewer they possibly can. But as the Marvel Cinematic Universe grows and expands, it's become more and more prohibitive to the casual viewer. It feels like doing homework to have to be prepared for these movies. Avengers Infinity War is the most egregious example of this. So at the end of Avengers Infinity War, this big purple villain named Thanos kills off half of the Avengers in this grand scheme to kill off half of the world's population. Black Panther, Spider-Man, Bucky Barnes, Star-Lord, and a handful of other characters dissolve into particles.
He can do it with the snap of his fingers, just like that.
And I get what Marvel is trying to do, but as the series grows more elaborate, it's hard to experience these movies organically because we already know a lot of what's to come several years in advance. When I see Spider-Man get killed off at the end of a movie, for example, and I know that Tom Holland is about to shoot a Spider-Man sequel, we know that Chadwick Boseman is contracted for 5 Marvel films and has only completed 3 of those. I can't help but ask myself, what am I supposed to take away from this? How am I supposed to feel emotionally connected to what's happening on the screen? It doesn't matter if superheroes are always resurrected. As a movie, this just doesn't work for me.
I think it's good, except it sucks.
Instead, I just feel manipulated by the fact that I have to return for part 2 and a dozen other standalone movies to figure out what I already know is going to happen. And it takes away all of the freshness that a movie like Black Panther brought to the table.
Show that movie out.
You didn't need to know anything about Marvel to appreciate Black Panther. It was a true standalone movie. You were introduced to a fresh world. And all the characters within it, even though they fit into the grander puzzle piece of this cinematic universe, felt fresh. There was a sense of discovery built into this movie, and the box office and the critical reception mirrored that.
My son, it is your time.
It's just a movie, so who cares? Why even talk about it this seriously? But here's the thing. Superhero movies and franchises and cinematic universes are Hollywood's bread and butter right now. They've pushed out the original fare that used to dominate the box office. But what happens when all these stories become more interconnected and sequelized is that all the stories become very complicated and the narrative mystery is lost. There's no sense of discovery at the movies anymore. It's not just Marvel that has this problem. As the idea of the cinematic universe has ballooned, every studio wants its own version of what Marvel is doing. Universal has the Dark Universe, Warner Brothers has DC, and so on and so forth. For comparison's sake, let's talk about Star Wars.
I got a really good feeling about this.
Maybe one of the reasons Star Wars gets it right is because it started as an ensemble movie first, and then the standalone movies started. At this point, there are 3 trilogies under our belt, a handful of standalone movies, and more trilogies being developed. Episodes get numbers, standalone movies are subtitled a Star Wars story. So you never have to enter a movie wondering where it fits into the grander scheme. There's still a sense of discovery baked into Star Wars that Marvel is severely lacking for anyone unfamiliar with the source material.
This is a crisis.
I can't wait for the day when Hollywood is able to surprise us again, or at least give us movies that are built on stories, not franchises.